Hi, this is a bit rough. It's my first video. I'm not gonna have a lot interesting visually going on. But anyway, I'll get down to business. I wanted to talk about my polycystic ovary syndrome. It began when I was about 18 and a half, and I'm 28 and a half now. And so it's been 10 years that I've had to deal with the symptoms and with the different issues. I'll just jump to where it began. I'd always been, from the time I finished growing when I was 14 or whatever, somewhere between 110 and 120 pounds. And so I was on the thinner side and was very active, never had any trouble, and had fairly regular periods. I know that I ovulated because I had ovulation pains and things like that. And when I was going on 18, I weighed 110 pounds at the time, and then I got some type of bacterial infection in my stomach. The doctor told me that's what it was. And that caused a burning sensation in my stomach after I would eat. So I would eat, then feel kind of this horrible burning, like I was starving, and I would eat more. And I started to gain weight, and I had dropped under 110 at that point when I got sick, down to 105. And then within a few months after I turned 18, I was up to 140, and then it kept piling on from then. By the time I was 19, starting college, I weighed about 185, somewhere around there, and stayed that weight until, and I'm only 5'3", until I was 20, close to 21, and with that with the weight gain, I started to find chin hairs, a lot of acne. The skin on my face became extremely sensitive and sore. I had a lot of mood swings, and my periods, I didn't have a period I wouldn't have them for like 6 months. And so after I was 20, I guess, I went to my family doctor because I was tired of suffering, and they did tests to see if my hormones were off balance, and they told me that they were within normal range, and gave me the pill. I think it was called Alice, and the problems persisted even though I was taking the pill. And so I went to a gynecologist a few months later, and the gynecologist told me that I probably have polycystic ovary syndrome, and she said that she would give me Yaz, I think. It was a different, Ortho tri-cycline maybe, a different type of birth control. And she told me that the problems should sort themselves out, and I just felt like she wasn't very knowledgeable, and I took the pill, but it didn't help at all. And I still had the weight problems, and the hair was getting worse and worse. And so I was in college at this time, and I think just before I turned 21, my family insisted that I go to an endocrinologist. And so I went to the endocrinologist, and he sent me for blood tests, and he told me to get specific tests for because they'd tested my GP had tested my total testosterone. He wanted my total testosterone, my free testosterone. He wanted my fasting insulin. He checked my glucose. And when I came back